And thank you for joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm Kelsey Carlson.
And I'm Simone Woolridge. We begin with developing news out of South Minneapolis tonight, where earlier today an armed suspect barricaded themselves inside of a building near 27th and Nicollet.
So this was after firing at law enforcement serving an arrest warrant in that area. Our Karen Scullin has been at the scene for several hours now. So Karen, what can you tell us about the status of this standoff right now?
Right now, there is just a tremendous amount of law enforcement on scene. We're basically at the intersection of 28th and Blaisdell, which is just up from 27th and Nicollet, where this is actually happening. Now, right there behind me, I'm not sure if you can see it, there's Minneapolis police. They've been working with a battering ram for some time now, getting it prepared, apparently, to be used. This suspect, was on the 3rd floor of that red brick building with the green. I think that's actually a kayak hanging or some sort of an awning. He's on the 3rd floor, so they very much need a very long battering ram to reach that window. They have not used that. Now, this all started around noon today, and the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office came to serve a warrant. It was a DOC warrant for the person inside there for a firearm and ammunition warrant. He is a felon. He is not allowed to have that. They tried to serve the warrant. He started firing at them. They obviously at that point had to back up. He's been firing at them periodically throughout the day. I would say it's about an hour and a half ago now, he shot down a drone that was kind of hovering outside the window where he is. He shot down a drone. It was at that point that they were going to have a presser at 5. They backed off that and have been dealing with the situation. He is apparently not giving up. There was word that he might give up, but that hasn't happened yet. As you can see, nobody's leaving. We have ATF, FBI, MPD, Hennepin County, BCA, you name it, they're here. So it's a big group of law enforcement. Like I said, he's been firing throughout the day at law enforcement. It's my understanding Ellie has not fired back at him. No one has been injured. There was an earlier report that somebody had been shot. That is not true. No one has been injured. Supposedly there was a hostage earlier. There were no hostages. So it's just him inside this apartment who is refusing to give up. Several times I've heard police on speaker yelling at him to come out with his hands up, come out the front door with his hands up. He is under arrest. He is ignoring those warnings. He is ignoring that information and remains inside as far as we know at this point. I did see Sheriff Witt arrive on scene quite a while ago. Obviously, she's kind of assessing the situation. There was a lot of command posts and bomb squad vehicles and SWAT vehicles on scene here. But so far, this has just been an hours-long standoff at this point, but dangerous, obviously, for law enforcement as they keep getting shot at. I could see kind of in front of that building, and there's kind of no Ellie right in front of the building there. Obviously, they're trying to remain safe. I did see on the building next to it, there appears to be a couple of officers or a couple of law enforcement agents on the roof there, just in case something would happen at the other building where this man is holed up. A lot of evacuations in the area. This area is blocked off to traffic. No one can get in or out. A lot of yellow tape keeping us back, keeping the people in the area back. I know there were some concerns about kids who were getting out of school. They had to keep them away. But everybody is safe at this point. No injuries at this point. So we're kind of just at this point waiting to see what happens here, if he's going to give up or if police will go in or something else. Guys?
Karen, really quickly, I know you just mentioned that a lot of people have been evacuated in that particular area. You also mentioned that it is an apartment building. Have the residents living in that apartment building been evacuated, or do we know if there are residents still in there right now?
Well, it's my understanding everything's evacuated in this area here. He's obviously ready to shoot and has been shooting, so it would be unsafe for anybody to be around at this point, and they're holding everybody back from the scene as he just now and then just fires his gun at law enforcement, whoever else is around there. And like I said, he did shoot down a drone a short while ago. It wasn't very far from him, but it was kind of hanging outside his window, I believe. But he shot down that drone. So Ellie has to be very, very cautious as they continue to assess and deal with the situation. And again, that battering ram kind of hooked on an MPD, some sort of, it looks like a piece of construction equipment, like a little front loader or something like that. I don't know my construction equipment, but it is marked Minneapolis Police, so it's something that they have used. And you can see the battering ram possibly on the end of that. It's very long, again, trying to reach a 3rd floor window, which is where he's at. They have repeatedly asked him to come out with his hands up. He is not giving up at this point. And again, this guy was wanted on a warrant, an arrest warrant for firearms and ammunition. Earlier, we had heard, as law enforcement had heard, that he possibly had explosives. That has not been confirmed at this point. Nothing has exploded. Again, just mostly firing those shots, and everybody's just kind of trying to be careful and stay away.
Okay, Karen, so this standoff at 27th and Nicollet Avenue, law enforcement pushing back a news conference, and if they do determine a time that they would have a news conference and address the media, we'll of course bring you that, and we'll be checking in with you in just a bit. Thanks, Karen.